guys, welcome back. I'm finally making a video. As you can see, it's been like what, 3 weeks. So sorry about that. As I've said this so many times, but school does keep me busy. So because I get home, I'm talking about Tuesday and Wednesday, I have a little bit of time to like get ready for my writing lesson, and then I head off, and then it's already like 8 when I get home, and then I have to study. So it's just a bad situation. So I'm gonna try and be the speediest when it comes to making videos once I get home. So anyways, as you can see, the camera is at a kind of a new angle, so hello. It's better this way. Anyways, Star Stable's blog post, which I'm gonna read to you, and then I'm just gonna talk a little bit later on, like after I've read the blog post, and I'm gonna be training my horse while doing it. So I've actually already trained a horse, a pony to be exact, but yeah. Anyways, so the blog post title is Horse Progression, Bugs, and Witches. Horse Progression by Ashton McGowan, game designer, and Brendan Hamilton, who is the lead systems designer. God damn it, I need to look at the screen. Training my horse while doing this is not a good idea. Let me just finish this race and I'll be right back reading this to you. Alright, anyways, I've actually already read this one, so it's, I'm not reacting to it, I'm just kind of letting you guys know what's in it. So there's a bunch of interesting stuff, so let's get to reading it while I just stand here like an idiot. Yes. Good day, Star fam. This is Ashton McGowan, game designer, and Brendan Hamilton, lead systems designer. Today we're discussing the next stage of our horse bonding initiative. Star Stable is all about the magical bond between you and your horse. Earlier this year, we decided to start at the beginning of horse bonding by improving the horse purchasing process and letting you select the age and gender of your horse when you first meet. I'm gonna go to Fort Penta to show you guys what they mean. I think you guys know what they mean. You're not that dumb, but no, just to showcase it really quickly. So our next focus is going to be how that relationship progresses. In Star Stable, not only do players have XP and levels, but so do the horses. For us, the horse XP and levels don't just mean a horse's power level, they represent the growing strength of the relationship between rider and horse, and your ability to work and move together as one. To start with, if a horse's XP and level is all about the bond between you and your horse, then caring for your horse should help build that bond. So we're adding an XP bonus for any horses you care for by hand. Stable care will still keep all your horses happy and content, but spending time with a horse and caring for them yourself will grant that extra special bonus. So I watched a video on this, and I'm actually wondering the same thing. Because I have like 40 horses, I am not gonna care for all of them by hand, so I'm still gonna be buying stable care. But like, what if you just did the care again, for like, when the stable care has already been like done, like what if you like just did it again, but you know, it was already done? You know, so like, would you still get the bonus? Because that would be nice. Anyways, this is what they were talking about, the purchasing process. One thing is this entire screen right here, right, and the other is where you buy a horse and then you meet it. Like, I think I bought a horse on a video where this was a thing, but I don't remember. So, all right, for anyone who enjoys racing and has lots of horses to race with, we're taking the reins off races. We want you to be able to spend as much time training with your horses as you like, so we're updating the rules around competing in races. You will now be able to compete in daily races multiple times per day, one for each of your horses. So that's gonna be interesting, because, you know, you'll be able to train multiple times a day for each and every horse. The race, you'll be doing it multiple times a day, so you can actually get a lot more horses trained. And also, like, if you were to want to pull an all-nighter on SSO, then like you can just like train horses the entire time. Oh my god, that would be such a great video idea, but I can't do that. I mean, I can stay up late, but like I can't record because my parents are very much against that idea, but you know. Anyways, plus plus competing in those races should be more fun. I mean, faster. More speed equals more fun. For lower level players, we are increasing the minimum speed for low level players and horses. Level 1 players with low level horses will still be slower than everyone else, but at least you'll feel like you're riding a horse instead of a fancy snail. Yeah. So that's nice. While many players love races, leveling horses usually limited only to players who have a real dedication to racing. We want everyone to level up and build a bond with their horse, so we will reward players with horse XP simply for spending time with their horse. Oh my god, the old me would have appreciated this update so much. Holy shit. Literally, I used to never train my horses, and now I have like a shit ton of trained horses. Okay, not a shit ton, but like a lot. You will be building a bond with your horse whether you're hanging out at Steve's farm socializing, role-playing with friends, or just advancing the main quest. Dedicated racers will also benefit as leveling will be just a bit faster than it already is today. That is really nice, but a number that shows the strength of the bond between you and your horse isn't very impressive if it doesn't change anything, so we're also updating the rewards for each horse level. When your horse gains enough XP for a new level, we're going to give you a button to actually level that horse up, and we'll show you what new features you've unlocked for that horse. That is a really good idea. I feel it'll definitely motivate people to train their horses more because it's like the satisfaction of clicking a button and leveling that horse up. But like, have you like ever just trained a horse for like a long time and then you finally get to level 15 and it's just amazing. So I actually finished training a horse today. So yeah. At lower levels, you will unlock the faster gallop speed and a lead rope to lead your horses around. Players who have purchased the lead rope with star coins won't need to unlock this. You've already have it for all your horses. Yeah, I purchased it obviously because that was the only way to get it back when, you know, yeah. I actually got it when it was a pretty new feature. I think it was like a year old or something. So yeah. Because I had just like recently gotten Star Rider back then. So then, as your bond grows stronger, some breeds will unlock their special gaits or moves, and all horses will unlock the ability to have your horse follow you, without needing a lead rope at all. So they'll just follow you around? That is so cool. That is actually so cool. Being able to have your horse just follow you around without actually leading them. Oh my god, you can do so much shit with that. Alright, eventually the connection between you and your horse will grow strong enough for you to be able to call your active horse to you from anywhere in Jorvik with just a whistle. Basically, you will whistle and the horse will come to you. How cool is that? Like, that is insanely cool. In between all these special features, horses will gain speed and increases every few levels. And we're going to celebrate each new level with fancy new visual effects so everyone can see the blossoming bond between you and your horse. That's really cool because it's like rewarding you a bit more for like leveling up and stuff, so. We're really excited to be working on these updates to help you feel a stronger sense of connection between you and your horse growing as you play, and hopefully we'll be able to have some of these updates in your hands soon. The Horse Bonding Initiative continues. After our first big release with these updates, we will look at polishing and refining some of our work with horse purchasing and horse progression. It's too soon to hint at what the next big project will be, but we assure you that we will focus on making horses even better in Star Stable. The design team would love to hear your thoughts and feedback. What features are you most excited for? What feature do you think we could add to improve your connection to your horse? They're all really, really cool ideas, and I'm actually excited for these updates because, I mean, like, we have the new characters, coming at some point. There's already the beta testing, which I didn't apply for because you had to be 16 years old, at least, but, you know. Well, it sucks to suck. Anyways, one of our witches, this will be talking about the main story quests, by Pablo Gadea, game designer, and Harry Jokinen, game content designer. Who is, okay. Hello again, players. I'm Pablo Gadea. You may remember me from May's blog post. This time I'm joined by my fellow game designer, Harry Jokinen, who has been at the company since May 2021. We've been working on multiple quests, including On the Trail of Anne, Sabine's quest in the Equestrian Festival, and the recently released One of Our Witches, which is what we want to talk about. First, we want to mention that this blog post is written from the point of view of the designers who mainly implement the content. All of these releases were a collaboration between different creatives, narrative, sound design, art, etc. Many decisions go into making a project, and good communication is key for content creation. I will now let Harry talk about his views on what we worked on. For many players, the main quests are their favorite SSO content, including me, we felt a lot of pressure when we started working with them. We want to produce the best possible content within our current constraints. Guys, I cannot read. And improve the overall gameplay experience in SSO. Chasing the Crows is an excellent example of what we mean by this. It was a passion feature that I prototyped on my own. I wanted to empower players and give them direct interaction with the world. This would not be combat, but something like that in terms of player feel. But I believe there is still a lot of untapped potential in the Soul Rider powers. I also want to show the Soul Riders working together through gameplay, with Alex zapping the crows alongside the player. We hear a lot of the feedback that other characters usually leave the work for the player, riding ahead and leaving your character to deal with problems alone. Yeah, that happens a lot, but it's... yeah, but actually having the characters interact with the quest would be pretty interesting to see how they would do that, so it's definitely something that I would be interested in seeing. Also, I will be posting another quest with me at some point. We will be continuing from Crescent Moon Village. Another gameplay highlight for me was the puzzles inside the Fort Maria library. We were humbled by the players' response to them, and seeing how they enjoyed this new type of interaction. It requires a joint effort between us designers, artists, writers, and audio designers to figure out how to realize the puzzle-solving mechanics. Everyone on the team did an outstanding job, especially with the library. The whole location is just magical, and we can't wait to explore it even more. The writers also outdid themselves. The amount of dialogue and quality is crazy high. Now I'll hand out the mic back to Pablo. While gathering feedback from previous quests, we read some negative reviews about the time it took to complete them, so we asked ourselves, is there any way we can make them longer while still keeping things interesting? In the story we meet a new and lovely character, Beatrix. After meeting her, previously having trapped her, we ask her to lead us to her home, the library. Narratively, it made a lot of sense for her not to do this straight away. With all of this in mind, we proposed to try a reputation block, allowing the player to play around with Beatrix and some other NPCs, and allowing us a chance to test the functionality and reception of the mechanic. The fact that it was right before Fort Maria, the highest point of expectation on this quest, wasn't a coincidence either. It was meant to build up the hype. Now, everything on the reputation blocker was very deliberate. To name a few things, the dailies give player XP. It only takes 4 days. If you started on Wednesday, you'd continue on Saturday. And every quest is unique. I made 7 variations for both quests, so you'd never do the same thing in the same place. Some of them might never even be seen, but that's the level of detail we're going for. Some other stuff didn't work as well as I thought it would, like not including a progress bar. It's possible to ask Beatrix about the reputation level, but that wasn't enough. I know this and will improve on it. Sorry. Oh my god, I can't read. And never fear, not all quests will feature a reputation blocker. We aim to surprise and delight you, so we try to approach every quest with fresh ideas. Returning to your feedback. When there are months between releases, it's hard to keep track of the characters, plotlines, and everything going on. Several team members worked on a new way for SSO to address that concern without taking up too many design resources. Our solution. We decided to create 6 very small dialogue-oriented quests to keep the story fresh in your heads. Oh god. They'll continue to be released until the next main quest is ready to go live. Not only will we drop some lore to help you with the next adventure, but you'll also score some awesome XP. I'm guessing they're talking about the stories now. I haven't read that update, but oh well. Now, moving on to the upcoming main quest we will release. We continue with our efforts to create new and create exciting and engaging experiences for you. There are even greater revelations and encounters in store. The line between friend and foe becomes blurred as encounters reveal hidden complexities and motivations. On the next main quest, the Soul Riders will try to find the way to the Vala. New and amazing discoveries await. Ride with us as this epic adventure continues to unfold. Let me just do this race and then I'm going to continue reading it. So, okay, I'm about to give you a very unpopular opinion, probably. I don't like the Andalusians, but I do like the Napstrappers, so it's mainly the codes that I like. I am absolutely obsessed with Appaloosa coded horses, so alright. Journey of a Bug. How are they caused? Do they get fixed? Let's find out. By Timothy Arvidsson, QA engineer and Alifara, technical producer. Bugs. I'm sure we have all seen and experienced those pesky things from time to time. The truth is that bugs are a natural part of any software development process. Humans are not perfect, so errors made during design and development can lead to failures that you experience as a player. There are a lot of steps needed to mitigate this, but by far the biggest one is testing. With every piece of content and code change, an embedded tester, our dedicated quality assurance professional in the team, is ready to validate the changes and ensure nothing else has broken. Some of us work with new horses, some with new story quests, and others with tech such as our game engine or internal tools. But you might well wonder, if we did our jobs, how come you still see bugs in the game? One of the main testing principles is that you cannot test everything. We tend to prioritize testing around the system or feature which was changed, with things seemingly unrelated to the changes receiving less attention. A wildcard in all of this is called edge cases, also known as corner cases. Edge cases are the extreme, the unusual, the unexpected, how someone might interact with a system or feature in a way we did not expect. Identifying and then testing these edge cases can be incredibly difficult and time-consuming, but we try our best. We as testers are not perfect either, so occasionally we might miss something that should have been caught. But in the end, we always aim to stand by the players and help deliver the best possible experience for them. So a bug is introduced, and you did a better job than us and reported it. What happens next? This is known as the bug lifecycle, which starts with a new bug. One of the most important aspects of a new bug, which will determine its entire life cycle, is the steps to reproduce it. Think of it like a treasure hunt on an island, and the reproduction steps are the map. The better and more accurate the map is, the quicker and easier it is to find. Keep that in mind while writing your maps for us, so we can always, with your help, find our way out. Time and people are valuable, and fixing any bug requires both. The bugs with the most significant impact tend to be prioritized first, as they offer the most critical value. By communicating with us about which bugs are impacting you, you will help us accurately determine the effect of a bug and allow it to be prioritized accordingly. Once a bug report has been vetted and given priority, the next step is assigning it to the right team sprint. A sprint is a period in which a team commits to doing particular tasks and the bug has a time slot to be fixed. The process of planning a sprint is collaborative effort within the team, taking into consideration the overall direction of the game and the wishes of our stakeholders. Your ticket has now gone through a gauntlet of challenges to check its validity and feasibility. Now it's time for the fun part. An engineer refills their coffee, cracks a few jokes with their colleagues on the way back to their desk, and finally clicks that button to set your ticket to in progress. This brings us back to the reproduction steps and their importance. By reproducing the bug, they start to investigate, looking at which parts of the code are being called and tracing the issue to the faulty piece of code. It can be as simple as a small typo. In other cases, it can be a fundamental fault in implementing the code, which often requires a lot more work. Extreme cases might even involve rewriting entire pieces of code to a previous state if recent changes cause the bug. When the code fix has been implemented, we do a code review, which adds an extra level of quality, and the ticket is ready for the next stop. Goddamn. Okay. By now, the bug is nearing the end of its life cycle, which is the testing stage. The tester and the team must validate that the fix is resolved and the issue described in the ticket. It may also be necessary to test that the changes have not introduced new problems. We call this regression testing, a regression referring to a step back in quality. This is generally something we want to avoid at all costs. The last thing you want is a bug fix to introduce new problems. Now that the bug is fixed, does that mean it will be fixed when I log in tomorrow? Not exactly. The fix is some way to go before it makes its way to our live product. One way to visualize it is to think of a train schedule. Each train represents the code changes we have made since the last train. The fix waits for the next scheduled train. Once aboard, it takes a detour via our release QA department, and then it finally arrives on the live servers. This oversimplifies our release process, but a more in-depth explanation is a subject for another blog. Conclusion. Video games are complicated software, and things can and will go wrong in multiple ways. However, we will strive to deliver the best quality possible and ensure your experience with the game the way we designed it to be. Even when things go wrong, which understandably is frustrating, we hope that you can be patient and allow us to fix our mistakes. The time it takes us to do so can vary considerably depending on multiple factors, some examples being how many people are affected. Players are affected. Which platform and the complexity of the bug itself. Due to these factors, while it may seem like bugs which have been reported many times are not being fixed, it is something that we are aware of and actively working on. Sadly, a significant effort and time investment is many times required, but we are already working on initiatives which we strongly believe will increase the transparency and give more insight into how reported issues are being handled. In the last year and a half, we have made many changes related to quality, adding a dedicated QA in every team, adding more levels of testing, and investing in our test automation framework. So stay tuned, we hope to share more about our QA work with you in the future. That was a great read, so much to learn and get inspired by. Stay tuned for more blogs. So that was the blog post. They basically talked about some story quests, bugs, and of course the horse progression, which I think was the most interesting part. Because they I actually really like these blog posts because they do give you insight on what they're working on, and it's just it'll definitely give you a better idea of what's to come, and you can await that. So yeah, that's basically the blog post. You can leave now if you want. I'm gonna continue talking a bit. That was the blog post. That's what you came for. You can leave. It's fine. Anyways. Now, the updated characters. I'm sure you've seen them, and there's actually like a lot of, what is it called? Feedback on it already, because, you know, it's a very popular subject. It's like, oh, we're getting new player characters. We have waited this for like over a year. And like, obviously there's going to be a lot of feedback. Everyone's posting about it. Like, when it came out, I already saw like 5 posts in a row on Instagram. It was insane, okay? So there was a lot of posts, and there continue to be posts. So yeah, the beta testing definitely, like, the characters look good. We're also getting facial expressions, which I've already seen, like, the animation of the facial expression, it's so good. They look more alive, okay, but here's the thing, a lot of people were very mad with the body types. And some people were fine with it and say, oh, you're fat shaming, you're being fat phobic. A lot of people were mad at the people who were complaining, but they have the right to complain. What SSO has done basically is they have added only like bigger body types and completely excluded skinnier body types, and by doing that they're knocking the confidence of players who do look skinnier, and they can't do anything about it because they have a very, very hard time to put weight on, and it's one of their biggest insecurities. So this is definitely something that SSO should fix, and definitely should be addressing that. This like, I understand that it's beta testing, and more body types may be coming. May, mark the word may. And I hope they do. I hope they do fix it, because it's not okay to completely just exclude a certain body type because it's the norm, which it's not, by the way. Like, it's not in the beauty standard, really. It's like, I mean, yes, skinny people are like in the so-called beauty standard, but some people are made fun of for being that skinny. Like, in my opinion, it's not okay. And I also see that, like, a lot of the body type, like, there's no really, like, that kind of skin, that, like, you've probably seen the body types, and when they were, like, showing us the unfinished things, like, there's a lot of body types missing, I feel like. Like, I saw a lot more when they were putting them in the blog posts with some skinnier body types as well. So they have just currently excluded it, and hopefully they do implement skinnier body types, because I don't think that's okay, completely excluding a body type because it's the norm, which, like, it's just not okay. And it doesn't sit well with me. So yeah, that's something that I wanted to talk about. Anyways, I don't know, is there anything else I should talk about? I'm just wondering. I do hope you guys enjoyed. The next video I'll probably be releasing is ClanGen Part 2. And then after that, probably Quest with Me. It could be also an update video, considering Wednesday is pretty close. So ClanGen, then update video, and then on Friday, I think I'm gonna be releasing a Quest with Me. Hopefully I can post, because, you know, school. So during Wednesdays, I might post very, like, late, because I might get to recording once I get home, but I have to do the editing, like, a lot later. So, because the update videos do actually take quite a bit of editing. But anyways, I do hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, consider subscribing. You don't have to, obviously. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!